7 senior stars stay behind during this international break with Mikel Arteta, and for some, this could be a crucial period for recovery and tactical work ahead of a busy winter schedule. Among those staying back are captain Martin Odegaard, Gabriel Jesus, Kai Havertz, Noni Madueke, Piero Hincapié, Ben White, and Kepa Arrizabalaga. While some are recovering from injury, others have simply not been called up by their national teams, allowing Arteta to use this time to regroup, rebuild fitness, and prepare for the next stretch of fixtures. Starting with the captain, Martin Odegaard continues to recover from a knee injury suffered during Arsenal's 2-0 win over West Ham last weekend. It was another solid performance from the Gunners that kept them top of the Premier League table, but Odegaard's setback was a major blow. The Norwegian midfielder has withdrawn from international duty with Norway and is now being closely monitored by Arsenal's medical team. Reports suggest the issue may be more serious than initially feared. Former Norway team doctor Lars Engebretsen has indicated that Odegaard could be out for 2 months or more, depending on how the knee responds to treatment. That would mean the captain could miss crucial fixtures against Fulham and possibly Tottenham after the international break. Piero Hincapié is another player staying behind during this break. The Ecuadorian defender picked up a groin injury during the Champions League win over Athletic Bilbao in September. Initially thought to be minor, recovery has taken longer than expected, but the timing of the international break may work in his favor. Arteta expects him to rejoin full training soon, with a potential return penciled in for Arsenal's next game. Noni Madueke, meanwhile, remains sidelined with a knee issue he suffered during the draw with Manchester City. The winger was in top form before the injury, and Arsenal will be eager to have him back as soon as possible. However, it looks like the November North London derby could be the earliest realistic return for the England international. Expected return date: Sunday, 23rd November versus Tottenham Hotspur. Kai Havertz is another key player dealing with a long-term knee problem. The German playmaker sustained the injury back in August and has been undergoing a cautious rehabilitation process. While early estimates suggest a potential return in November, Arteta and the medical staff are determined not to rush him back into action. A realistic comeback could stretch into December, depending on his progress. Perhaps the most concerning of all is Gabriel Jesus. The Brazilian striker is still recovering from a serious ACL injury suffered in January earlier this year. The initial hope was that he'd return before Christmas, but that timeline has since been pushed back. Some reports even claim that Jesus may not play again for Arsenal this year and could possibly be sold in the January transfer window as the club looks to rebuild its attacking options. While it's been a frustrating run of injuries for Arteta's side, there are positives. The international break gives his squad valuable time to reset and recover. The players staying behind will continue fitness work at the Sobha Realty Training Center, with Arteta overseeing sessions aimed at maintaining sharpness and tactical consistency. 2 other senior players, Ben White and Kepa Arrizabalaga, are also remaining in London, though neither are injured. White is being slowly reintegrated into full training after a previous knock. Kepa, meanwhile, has not yet earned a Spain recall and will continue to train under Arteta's watch. Despite the injuries, the spirit around the Emirates remains high. Arsenal sit top of the Premier League and have a 44% chance of winning the title, according to Opta's latest data model. It's a reflection of both their strong performances and their ability to adapt under pressure. Since Mikel Arteta took charge in 2019, Arsenal's transformation has been remarkable, from a team struggling for consistency to genuine title contenders. With young stars like Bukayo Saka leading the charge and veterans like Declan Rice anchoring the midfield, the Gunners look ready to push Manchester City and Liverpool all the way. Legendary striker Ian Wright recently shared his thoughts on the team's progress, saying, "We've got the best squad in the league at the moment. It's now up to the manager to put the right players on the pitch at the right time." Wright also emphasized how crucial Arteta's rotation decisions will be in the coming months, particularly with key injuries and fixture congestion. Off the pitch, exciting developments are brewing at the Emirates Stadium. Reports suggest the club is exploring a major expansion plan that could increase capacity from 60,700 to 70,000 seats. Inspired by the recent renovations at Benfica's Estádio da Luz, designed by the same architects, Arsenal could soon see a more modernized, fan-friendly stadium environment, a clear sign of ambition both on and off the pitch. So while the international break means a temporary pause in Premier League action, for Mikel Arteta and his 7 stay-behind stars, it's an opportunity, a vital chance to heal, rebuild, and prepare for the intense battles ahead. Arsenal's focus remains sharp. Stay top, stay fit, and keep pushing for that long-awaited Premier League title. Subscribe to Gunners Talk Daily for all the latest Arsenal news, injury updates, and international break stories in Previously News. Yet, for Mikel Arteta, this pause can be both a blessing and a frustration. After the last international break in September, which followed that tough defeat to Liverpool, Arteta admitted he wished he could play again immediately. After a defeat, you want a game in the next 3 days to get it out of your system, he said. But at the same time, I look at the players on international duty and feel proud. They go away, perform for their countries, and most of them win. This time, however, several key players won't be flying out to represent their nations. Instead, they'll remain at the Soba Realty Training Center, resting, recovering, and preparing for the next chapter of the season under Arteta's guidance. Leading the group is captain Martin Odegaard, who has withdrawn from the Norway squad due to a knee injury. Odegaard's recovery will be handled carefully by Arsenal's medical team after he suffered discomfort during the first half of the 2-0 win over West Ham. He'll spend the break working indoors on treatment and light rehab as the club hopes to have him ready as soon as possible. Odegaard will be joined in the medical department by Gabriel Jesus, Kai Havertz, and Noni Madueke, all of whom are currently recovering from various injuries. The good news for fans is that Jesus has already returned to light training on the grass, an encouraging sign that he could be back sooner rather than later. Then there's Piero Hincapié, Arsenal's summer signing, who is expected to make his full integration into the squad after the break. The Ecuadorian defender has impressed Arteta in training and could be a valuable addition to the defensive setup as the season gets busier. 2 other names staying behind are Ben White and Kepa Arrizabalaga, but for different reasons. Neither has been called up by their national teams this month. White, despite being available, continues to be overlooked by England.